Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some Monster High news to talk about. From brand new pictures of G3 core Robecca's doll, updates on the G3 spin-off Moonspell Magic, new skull actors based on Universal Monsters characters, we have a Schools Out rumored reproduction collection coming in 2026, new updates on Skulltimate secrets, and more. So stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a member today, and let's get into it. Okay, starting off, we have brand new stock photos of Playmobil coming in 2026 for Monster High. We're getting a Valentine's Day set that will be 33 euros in US dollars. I believe that will be the same price or perhaps higher, lower. But this Valentine's Day set includes Claude, so his first ever Playmobil figure, and Draculaura in her Schools Out little outfit here. She looks amazing, and we even have a little props here in the background. Count Fabulous is included as a little figurine. I feel like the figurine for Draculaura that's available right now that I reviewed, I thought like at one point I saw stock photos where Count Fabulous was included as an accessory, but I guess they scrapped that and he's now included in this little, playset. So that's okay. But yeah, it's just really fun that we're getting more figurines here for Playmobil, and also keychains for Cleo, Draculaura, Frankie. Frankie's hairstyle is correct, but for Cleo and Draculaura, they used different hairstyles like they did, unlike with the original, core releases that they had for these figurines. The hairstyles here are different. Like, Draculaura obviously has no pigtails here, so, a little bit different, but overall, I mean, these are just adorable. Like, I love the Playmobil collaboration here. And I did review all 6 if you're interested, and the details are insane. But I can't wait to see perhaps even more Schools Out Playmobil figurines here of like Una, Cleo, Frankie, Claudine. Like, if we get all those characters as well, I'm gonna be buying again. Next up, we have one brand new picture of G3 core Robecca Steam here in like a lifestyle kind of version, and yeah, she looks great. I feel like the more we see of Robecca, more people get divisive about her. Like, they're not sure if they like her, if they don't like her. After seeing this new picture, we can see more of the details on the boots, and she's kind of giving like Western. I don't know what she's. Like, the patterns on her outfit are kind of all over the place. Like, it's Western, it's porcelain looking, like China porcelain. It's kind of like it's supposed to be steampunk, but it's kind of, I don't know, these patterns, they're looking more ornate, like, again, like porcelain or like a Western pattern. They're not really giving like steampunk. So, or like gears. It seems so obvious, like there should be gears and like but it's more like, and I feel like also the white sleeves kind of help to make her seem more like, oh, fairy tale-esque, because the white sleeves are very innocent, and the original Robecca, she had a like black little jacket on and black sleeves. So here it just kind of, the white, I feel like makes her look more like innocent, and you're like, oh, cutesy, and like fairy tale almost. And she is, again, we do have some robot details, like we have tons of little little divots around her body mold that kind of are supposed to look like nails and whatever. So her detail is going to be great on the body sculpt, but like it kind of gets washed out, and like she kind of like the skin tone is very similar to Cleo, and like her expression even, it's just kind of, I don't know, very Cleo-esque. I don't know. I mean, I like her, I really do, but just in terms of like, this is Robecca, like this is Robecca, it's supposed to be Robecca. In terms of like that, she is very different. Like, I like her, I will get her, but definitely it seems like they kind of lost a little bit of the steampunk direction here with the G3 design. Maybe they thought like giving her more like ornate looking details like around her patterns and stuff, like that would be cuter. And the white sleeves are nice, but again, like I feel like the black sleeves would have been better to kind of like, right? I don't know, she's fine, I like her, but definitely we're gonna have to see how she looks in person. We also have a lifestyle image here of G3 Scalita's core doll, and she is, I think, now starting to become available to people in the US and like overseas. I was able to get her from Amazon UK, I believe, and I reviewed her and I made a G3 core ranking video if you're interested. And she ranks very high. I think she's super pretty in person, but I want to know, have any of you found her yet? Because she is hopefully becoming more available as December, kind of goes by and January inevitably comes upon us, which, wow, that's actually insane that 2026 is right around the corner. Oh my god. Okay, and yes, now we get into the major updates for 2026 here, shared by Seeing Mount. Let's start off with the news of a new Creeproduction collection getting released in 2026 that will now be retailed at $32.99 US instead of $22.99. So the pricing has increased for the Creeproductions, unfortunately, by $10 basically. Basically $10. They used to be like 22, 25, and now they're like 33 basically. So that is definitely not good. Of course, there's many factors that are leading into this change, but I just almost like $40 for like one doll, a Creeproduction, yes, but still just one doll. It kind of seems insane to me, especially because it's not like a collector or like a new release. It's a Creeproduction. It's a reproduction of an existing line. Anyway, the pricing obviously we're gonna not be happy about, but the juicy part here is that the Creeproduction could be based on Schools Out. So basically, what we know for sure here, other than the pricing being increased, is that the main 5 ghouls are going to be in this Creeproduction line: Laguna, Claudine, Cleo, Frankie, and Draculaura. Now, out of the original, G1 iconic lines that they released in the past, 2010s, which line is most iconic to you? Schools Out definitely jumps to mind. So it's arguable that this Creeproduction line will be based on the Schools Out collection, and that we will be getting reproductions of Schools Out. That would be amazing. That would be insane. It's not confirmed to be Schools Out. We just kind of know that the main 5 ghouls here are included, and we just have to think of now, well, which collection would they realistically reproduce with the main 5 ghouls? Now, obviously, yes, Draculaura in Schools Out it was included as a 2-pack with Claude, but I do feel like they would just release her as an individual doll. They would create a new packaging design for her just as an individual release. I feel like they would do that easily, so that's not really a big issue. It seems kind of realistic that Mattel would, omit the release of Claude here, instead of like Dawn of the Dance, where, Ghoulia would be included. So, yeah, it's just kind of like, yeah, it kind of depends what Mattel is thinking of here and which line they end up reproducing here with the Creeproductions, right? So, like, it could be Schools Out, but which other line would it be realistically? Could it be like Dead Tired? Dead Tired would be a good choice. I'm kind of flaking on like names, but like obviously we have Scaris. Scaris had all 5 ghouls, right? But then, yeah, right? I think so. You're gonna have to let me know down below which iconic G1 lines you think could be contenders here for 2026, this Creeproduction line that they're doing. I think the most popular choice would be Schools Out. I think a lot of people will go crazy, to get that Draculaura or any of these really. Schools Out Laguna for me is one of my favorite monster idols ever. And I have her luckily, so I'm just, she's just so cool. But I would love to get to see how they would look like re-released here, reproduced with today's fabrics and technology, right? I mean, obviously it wouldn't be as good probably, but still, I'm hoping that they would do a good job, and I'm just excited. If this really ends up being Schools Out that's getting reproduced here for 2026, that would be huge. But again, it's not confirmed. So let me know down below which lines in G1 you think could be very likely options here for this Creeproduction line, if it's not Schools Out. But I do think it's 99% sure to be Schools Out. Now, next up, we also have news of new Skullactor dolls getting released in 2026 based on Universal's monsters of Frankenstein, Dracula, and newcomer, the Mummy. Now, obviously, we've had Skullactor releases of Dracula in the past and Frankenstein alongside with Frankenstein's Bride in that 2-pack, but the Mummy is definitely a brand new addition. But even so, we don't know for sure if the Dracula and Frankenstein releases releases here in this new version will be anything similar to the previous releases. They might have brand new designs, they might have a brand new like art direction going on. So they might be completely new designs, or they might share the same face sculpts and just different outfits. And the mummy might be that brand new design here overall as a doll, because we haven't had, you know, like the mummy skull actor release yet. So this is very exciting. We don't know the pricing yet, but also exciting is that this will not be a Mattel Creations exclusive. These 3 dolls will be available widely apparently, and so for sure on Amazon and all those websites. So this is very good news, because usually Skullactor releases are exclusive, but when they aren't, I think that does help out more people to be able to get them. So that is very good. I'm just hoping that the pricing isn't too expensive for each of these individually. And I hope that they have brand new designs for Frankenstein and Dracula and the Mummy. It seems like Monster High really is taking advantage of the Universal Monsters movies here, like for sure now, and like creating perhaps a brand new subline of just dolls based on those movies characters, you know. So that's going to be very interesting seeing how this goes, if there will be another like Frankenstein's Bride doll, or another, you know, Monster from the Black Lagoon doll, perhaps an Invisible Man doll, even though like how would that work? I guess if it's invisible, like would it just be like see-through plastic? But there's so many iconic Universal monsters that they could pull from, also like the Wolfman. So this has potential to be something way larger, and I do think like these first dolls are just like the starting point of what Mattel really has in mind. And next up, we have some updates on Skulltimate Secrets Wave 8. I believe there's so many waves at this point, I'm kind of losing track. It's kind of crazy to be honest, but this wave is obviously cabin themed. Also includes 3 characters, which so far we know are Cupid, Claudine, and very likely to be Draculaura. Now we have a little bit of description here that reveals that the characters will be dressed in snug yet stylish outfits, and they're going to a cabin as their destination. So it's like a cabin slaycation, right? So that's very nice word pun right there. So really the only descriptor here we have is that they're going to be wearing snug, you know, so comfy but stylish outfits. So that to me reads kind of like, oh, it could be like sleepover themed. They could be wearing like overalls or onesies, you know, like something like that. Perhaps even like animal themed or critter themed, with like the hoods having like cat ears, or, you know, something like that. You know, we have Claudine. She could have like little wolf ears at the very top of her hood. Or actually she could just have holes on the hood and her actual ears could like peek out, right? For Cupid, right, this is her second ever G3 doll. I feel like they could do a lot with her, with the design, and Draculaura, if it really is Draculaura who's included in this wave, well, they're gonna do anything bat themed with her, obviously. So there's potential here for like a snug yet stylish kind of designs for these dolls, but I am more intrigued about like what the packaging will look like. Will it be the same kind of like you know, like luggage design like they've had with the last release for Oasis, or will it be like a new design and just the interiors will be different? I always love seeing the interior of like the packaging of the, you know, like the little luggage from like the last wave. They had really nice artwork, so very, very interesting. I'm just hoping that perhaps it is not Draculaura. You know, it could be like someone else, like Cleo or something, but it probably is Draculaura. So let's just wait and see, I guess. And I hope the accessories are fun. But yeah, I kind of stopped. I stopped getting Skulltimate Secrets after the second wave. I got the Iridescent, that, you know, the second wave, but that was it. I never got any more. It's just the bulk of all those lockers piling up. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, they're just lockers, and I do use them for storage, but like, girl, it still takes up space. And lastly, we have updates on the brand new Moonspell Magic G3 spin-off line, and just a couple of details about the 5 characters here. So apparently, all of the 5 dolls, which again, new characters, will include an accessory that has a reveal feature, like water play, water activated, water color changing feature, heat color changing like what are we talking here? There's so many features that they could be talking about as a reveal. I'm just hoping it's not like a gimmick like Rainbow High has been doing lately. I honestly, the fact that we're even talking about like these dolls have a reveal feature, to me that's already like, oh no, I don't like this. I don't like the sound of this, because, you know, obviously with Monster High, like Skulltimate Secrets, obviously those, it's a reveal, right? You know, oh yay, you're opening like a door and you're like, oh, you're opening like blind bags, but like that's not like something like slime or like color changing feature where you have to actively get the doll wet or like, you know, ruin the doll in some way. But here I'm kind of fearing that, you know, this reveal might entail something a bit more like hands-on. I'm hoping it's nothing too drastic and it's just like a simple like little peel off, or like, again, like heat activated color feature, again, whatever, just nothing too invasive, so that the doll actually still looks nice. And I'm hoping that the budget also does not go too much into this like feature. I'm hoping that the doll design itself can, you know, stand by it, you know, on its own, and design wise, and that the budget hasn't been just, you know, completely relegated to this accessory and this feature and the packaging. You know, like, I'm just hoping that dolls look good themselves, not the packaging. You're right, because the dolls have to look good, not the packaging, not the features, not the accessories. What we are buying here mainly are the dolls, right? So I'm just hoping that the designs and that the creative aspects here shine through, and not the features, not the gimmicks. I'm hoping the gimmicks are just like a side thing and not the main focus. Anyway, we now know for sure that the driver playset, or just, it's a code name, it might not be like a truck or something, but like this playset will include a doll, and the playset itself will also have like reveal elements, which again, like, to me, this is starting to sound like G3's like sister line, but like for younger kids, if that makes sense. Like, you know, it sounds like Moonspell Magic might end up being like the toddler version of G3, you know, which is, I don't know, it just like all these reveal mentions, like in normal G3 releases don't mention this so much, like, oh, reveal, you know, it's like they know, like even Skulltimate Secrets, it's like they know, like, you're getting it for the doll, you know, it's not like a reveal, like, you know who you're getting, right? So but now it's starting to sound like perhaps Moonspell Magic might end up being more of like a kiddie-friendly version of G3 Monster High. Again, I don't know, speculation just for me here. I'm hoping, obviously, that it's something better and exciting. Let's see, I guess. Anyway, that is pretty much it for all of those updates shared by @SeeingAmount. This is, you know, 2026 is starting to look like a really, you know, chock full year of releases for Monster High. But I also wanted to mention this ad I received from the Racer brand, which collaborated with Monster High, and this ad is advertising the doll, the custom one-of-a-kind doll that Monster High created just for, you know, just for like advertisement. Like, they literally just created the doll here only to be able to announce that there's a collaboration. Like, they're not selling this doll. This doll is, again, a one of a kind. She is custom made by designers at Mattel. She's not releasing to the public. She's not being mass produced. So the fact that they're using the photo of this doll that is, again, custom, one of a kind, not for purchase, on the story, making it look like she's available for purchase, to me, this is very misleading, and it just adds more fuel to why I don't like this collaboration with this clothing brand. The prices are insane, the style is all over the place, not in a good way, and then this custom doll, which looks amazing, that is not for sale, and now they're using this custom doll to advertise, you know, the clothing collaboration. Again, like, if I was a casual fan and I saw this ad, you best believe I would think, oh, it's a new doll, I want to get her. I would not be thinking, oh, it's a clothing collab. No, I would be thinking it's a doll that they're advertising here with the picture of the doll that they're using. You know, like, it's so dumb. Like, don't use the picture of a custom one-of-a-kind doll that is not for sale for advertising purposes for a clothing collaboration. Like, this, to me, it just, I don't like it. Anyway, that was all of the Monster High news we had for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, a share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure. And so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.